Hey, been a minute. Yeah, we're back. We're here. We actually never left. I didn't leave or do anything, and I have a lot to talk to you guys about, mostly because it's been a month and a half since I made videos, and some of you are probably wondering what the fuck happened. I can say fuck in the first 15 seconds of a video now and not get demonetized. Thank you, YouTube. That's about the only positive thing that has happened on the internet in the last, 3 months or so. And I'm sitting here playing Battlefield in the beta from a month ago. And I'm posting this video like a real talk from 10 years ago because it is just after my 16-year video anniversary from YouTube. And I have spent over half my life now making content on the internet, daily. And that, to be honest with you, was a little surprising. I have been here for way too long, it seems, and at the same time, it's still really enjoyable to be making videos and stuff. The types of videos I've made have changed. The content that I've made the videos on has changed, but ultimately, the reason that I do it is still alive and well. Now, you're sitting here going, brother, you haven't made a video in so long. I thought you had quit. And I can't blame you, but I have explanations and reasoning behind that hopefully you'll identify with here. Some of them are personal, and a lot of them are external that I have no control over. And let's get into it because really, this past year has been the least amount of videos I've ever uploaded. And that feels weird. I used to upload one a week back at the start for Thoughts of the Week, and now it's really whenever there's something that I feel is good content. Even then, sometimes it just doesn't get posted. And I have 2 YouTube channels, none of which are getting videos. Why is that? If I'm playing games 5 hours a day, every day on Twitch live, and I'm enjoying myself, why are we not getting the videos? And the answer is, well, the videos that I post on YouTube are ones that realistically I'm pretty proud of. And this past year, despite having way less content, I've been more proud of the content that I've made than at any other point. I am really, really shocked at how much I liked doing more essay content to the point where it kind of broke my brain. And I have spent a couple months trying to figure out what the fuck that means. And the best way I can quantify it is that I don't like making bad videos anymore. And you're going to say, dude, we like any video. I love Counter-Strike videos. No. You have to listen to me. I have made 300 plus Counter-Strike highlight videos, and there's only so much content in the world from the same stuff. And when you rely so much on the other people and the experiences that the community brings to your videos like I do, because in reality, what are they but short podcast clips, and sometimes some good, decent gameplay. When you rely on that and that doesn't perform, or people aren't enjoyable, or I'm not enjoying myself, it makes the content bad. And so I just can't justify putting together a bunch of highlights of me getting 3Ks with an AK. I got done that too much, and it's not exciting for me, even if it's exciting for you, which is the core problem, right? I love connecting with people online. I love making content. I love reading your guys' comments most of the time, and I'll get into that. But at the same time, I've made so many videos, over 3,000, by the way, many of which are private, and I was cranking these things out. And at this point, there's only so much that gets me excited and gets me happy, and I really kind of got attached to the idea that every video I have to make now is a good one that's thought out, that has a script. I wrote a fucking script for this video. Why? I'm not even looking at it right now. I just need to remember all the stuff I wanted to say, but that's not who I've been in the past. And it severely limits my workflow, which I've gotten pretty good at over 15 years, which is just crank them out, baby. Just crank them out, low editing effort, and just kind of just make the highlights happen. And so it's weird to me to sit here and think, well, I can't do that anymore. Or hey, I need to plan what I'm going to say more because I don't want to ramble for 3.5 hours. But the other side of it is when I do make these videos, I'm so excited. I know I like them. I know they're going to be good, but it's not an excuse. Ultimately, I need to create things for you, for myself, like the shitty cooking that I'm doing more regularly and you guys haven't had a video of in a while. And what was holding me back from posting this was really just holding on to the last shreds of hope that this channel or anything that I'm doing online would in some way, shape, or form blossom into a 5th Renaissance period where because every other point in my life where I've come to a crossroads where it's hey man, things seem to be chilling out. Something has happened externally, internally, whatever, where people have decided to start watching again. And that's incredible. Don't get me wrong, but I'm a realist. I'm always a rational dude. I try to be, at least, and I want to be realistic. And I've said this many other times, but like, yeah, I'm not sitting here praying for like, if I just make 5 more Counter-Strike compilation videos, like the 5th one's gonna pop off and we're back, baby. Like, that's not it. That's just not it. And it's not gonna happen. So I'm sitting here playing Counter-Strike. I'm playing Battlefield with my friends. I'm loving a lot of it. But when I'm playing, a lot of the content is ass. You have to believe me. Like, there is a constant and unfortunate shitification of all of the things that I used to love on the internet. And it's not just, I feel like I'm not saying anything crazy here. Like, you guys all see it, right? Like, the internet of 5 years ago, pre-COVID, was way different. And then everybody got on that shit, and now everybody's attached to it more so than they were back when Vine was a thing. And even then, that was still a lot of people on the internet when you consider how many people physically were on the internet in 2007 when I started figuring out how to make YouTube videos. So the people that I was making it for were very focused types of people who were interested in making and watching YouTube videos about video games on a limited internet, you know? And now, internet is, for better, for worse, completely unlimited. I mean, dude, 9-year-olds, fucking 4-year-olds have tablets with internet, man. My mom, I had to beg my mom to get a cell phone that let me text people when I was 14. All right, this is not some old man shit. I'm just saying that there's too many people able to interact with things that I do, and the ability for anyone to interact basically with anything that they see ever, whether the algorithm pushes it on them or they go and find it themselves, it devalues the types of interactions I've been getting from the internet. Like, when I used to love making funny shit posts on Twitter or posting little like photos of what I'm doing on Instagram, the rat race of trying to stay quote unquote relevant and have people look at my stuff, and more eyeballs means that I can keep doing this longer, but more eyeballs means the worst types of people are seeing it. And now I got some guy who's never even seen me ever talking about how he thinks I look like a chode. I don't even think this happened. I'm making this up, but you get the point. Like, the more that people just are terminally online, the more people that inadvertently are exposed to the things that I'm spending time creating and also really either enjoying or not. And the overall just general vitriol on the internet, we'll say, has increased to the point where people are comfortable saying some wild shit, more so than they were when I was in the quote unquote dregs, the tough days of Modern Warfare 2 Xbox lobbies. Like, every Counter-Strike game that I get into now, I would say 90% has people throwing slurs around like it's fucking candy. Not because, literally, why? And you're gonna be like, dude, you know, you can mute them. It's not that big of a deal. And the ultimate, you know, statement here is I can't make content out of that. I don't want to glorify people who are shitty people. First off, I don't want to edit content around shitty people. And when you start flinging that shit around, I can't make content around that. I don't want to glorify people like that. I don't want to glorify that content. I don't even want to draw attention to it. So it makes it hard for me to make the content that I want to make when half the time the people that are the focus end up being really not great people. And I'm like, dude, please. Like, I don't even know. So that's why no Counter-Strike content. Now you're going to probably say, what about the rest of the content, man? We like cooking. We like Zillow. We like all this stuff. And truth be told, it's a whole nother thing. That is part of my issue in the last 3 months or so. Like, I am at a point in my life where I am painfully aware of how much of the world exists outside of my sphere, outside of like where I currently am and what I do and what I've contributed to society outside of video games and Twitch streams and whatnot. And 16 years, half of my life. And let's just go ahead and be honest. Nobody remembers ages 0 through 5. I don't care about your memory in kindergarten, okay? Let's just say sentient lifetime. It's like 2/3 of my life has been spent constantly making things for other people and thinking about how is this moment in my life currently best served and shown to other people that I don't know on the internet. And over time, I don't care who you are, it's gonna like erode at your individual feelings. Like constantly having content brain, for better or for worse, adjusts a person's thinking. And I've pulled back from a lot of social media because straight up, I literally enjoy trying to just have things for myself. Not to say I don't like sharing vlogs. I do. But we're talking like I'm taking 30-second clips every 5 hours for things and compiling them, or like I'm just doing it right now for a quick second and I'm not like trying to make myself the focus. It's just what I'm doing at that time, and I like making vlogs again because of that. It's just how I want to show off what I'm doing. But I hate the idea of going somewhere and doing things with the sole purpose of enjoying it from the lens of, will this make good content? Like that's a little, it feels a little not great. And that's why I stopped vlogging ages ago. I didn't like being the center of attention or putting myself as the center of a movie and everybody else as an extra in my content and in my life. So I kind of just started enjoying things in the moment, whether that was on Twitch or in public or when I'm vlogging. And that reduces the amount of things that I'm actually making, quote unquote, for YouTube. Because believe it or not, all of my streams for like 8 years really are, how can I like set highlights to make this a good YouTube video later on? And it really influenced a lot of the games that I would play, the weirder games, the shitty sim games, because I was like, this could be good YouTube content. But without forcing myself to make, yo, this is going to be the next popular thing on YouTube content, and focusing more on like, do I want to make this, yes or no? It led to me realizing I want to play less shitty games, like, or trying games that could be shitty. Like, I just want to play the ones that are going to be fun. And I'm like, oh God, this isn't good for the business. But then again, like, who cares, man? Like, it's 16 years. Like, who fucking cares what's good for the business at this point? And I want to continue to just explore things that are exciting to me. So as I sat here struggling with these ideas of like, yo, do you do things that are good for SEO? Do you try and make better SEO posts? Do you try and like make better content because that's what a content creator does? I started to realize that like the things I got most excited for were the things I realized I was always most excited for in the past couple years. It's big steps in my other parts of life, because I'm a man child. Like, I'm dead ass with you guys. Like, I really thought that I was an adult for a while here, and that I had my shit together because I lived alone and I was successful in some aspects, and that, you know, my house wasn't complete pigsty, but it was dirty and shit. No, dude, I am growing up more in the last 3 years than I have in the last 10, 15. Like, learning how to cook, but not just make food, but cook food and cook meals and meal plan and meal prep, and trying to schedule cleaning and trying to maintain a level of like being a responsible partner and caring for people that I care about. All these things, really, as sad as it sounds, were all secondary at every point in my life up until the last couple years. Like, there were family relationships, there were like friendships, etc., that were really literally on the back burner if I had to make YouTube videos or go live or do anything. And I was so proud of that. I was very happy at my work ethic. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say that it wasn't a contributing factor to why I was able to do this so long. But like, yeah, I forego a lot of life in order to quote unquote grind, even if it was fun. And at this point, like, I'm a little bit scared to say that I'm unwilling to do that. Like, obviously that was the case. You guys haven't seen me ever make a TikTok, really. And that's just something you kind of have to do to be relevant. But like, I don't got that dog in me, and I don't want that dog in me anymore. There's so much out there in the world that is fun, that aren't tied to number go up, better person, bigger number, like my stats, my fucking view. Oh man. And that's very liberating, albeit a little scary to admit and say, because as you guys remember, this has been the only thing I've done or known in my life, more than half my adult life. So to even breach this topic was really fucking with my head. Like, okay, you get to make things that you like and only at the pace you want, but then it comes at a faster decline of your channel. And are you capable of being comfortable with that? Like, are you comfortable resigning yourself to just like writing it out and just being happy and going into the sunset? Are you going to regret the fact that you're not fighting tooth and nail to keep the greatest job and the only job you've ever known? Like, all of these questions, some that I'm sure everybody deals with in every aspect of other parts of your life. I guarantee you every YouTuber's doing it too, and I'm doing it too, man. And it's, hey, I feel it. It's indecision, and it is a lot of unknowns. And as somebody who's been so sure about wanting to do whatever it is that brings me joy, I'm so happy to have something like Night Mode, the record label that I've been running for almost 6 years now. I'm so happy to have that doing well, to the point where, like, guys, that's my future, man. Like, that is what ultimately deserves to have equal amounts, if not probably more, time spent on it than the time I spend making content on YouTube. And that was another thing that fucked with my head, because, I spent like 30 hours on the home video, probably. Maybe a little more if you count like the script writing and ideas and shit. And that's a lot of time that I also spend neglecting like basic fundamentals of running another business, like a functioning website that sells merch. We haven't done that because I've been trying to make a bespoke website and working with somebody, and that's been slow, and it's been because I'm slow and all this stuff. And I'm like, is it time to grow up? Not in the sense that like I can't play video games and I can't stream on Twitch every day and I can't make YouTube videos, but is it time to like admit to myself that there are other things that I might regret later on in life if I sit here desperately trying to find the solution for relevancy in 2025 when everyone and their mother wants to do this? And I'm like, just trying to have fun still. And the answer is like, I don't know. And I've been frozen by not indecision, but like the inability to make a safe choice with what I'm doing and how I'm operating in life. I want to be successful. Obviously, who doesn't? I want to not squander the success that I've helped build up. I don't want to regret decisions that I've made in the future because I made the wrong choice or I didn't work hard enough. And I just don't want to lose all of my other additional, what I'm going to call free time and personal time, to desperately trying to work harder if it's kind of like Sisyphus pushing a boulder up the rock. Like, I mean, a boulder up the rock, boulder up the mountain. And all of these things, like everything that I do is stacked on top of each other. YouTube viewers understand that I stream on Twitch because they're highlights, so they go to Twitch, and then more people watch on Twitch, and then you put the highlights on social media and more people see that, so they go to your Twitch, all that stuff. It's all built on the same thing. And when you stop doing one thing, it hurts the others. And when you do more stuff, it benefits the others. But it's been a lot of maturing for myself and in the last little bit to just admit that, like, that's not something that I can do or want to do. Like, I don't want to give up my free time after stream, where I like basically cook dinner every night if I can, and it's fun to not only cook food but get better at cooking food and see myself getting better and get excited for that stuff and feel like I'm like contributing to just being an adult in some way. I don't want to give that up to like order delivery and sit in my office for another 3 hours and make more videos. Like, I like seeing the sun. And I was willing to forego that when I was, younger, because like that wasn't as important to me as seeing the sun. And that's okay. Priorities change. And not just changing priorities, but also like my idea of what the future holds, right? I'm 32. That means that like on a good lifespan average, I got like 40 years left. That's more than half my life. That's a long time, dude. That is a long time to be alive and fill time with things potentially that you enjoy. But if I've turned my passion of video games into the only job and thing that I know, then I don't have fun things to fill my time because I don't know what the fuck I want outside of video games. And that's okay. But like, I've played 3 games in my life basically outside of live streaming them or making YouTube videos on them. And it's like Tarkov and like Rematch. And like, that's it. Anno, I've played Anno. And it's like, well, I think I might like an MMO, but I can't stream MMOs. And also, I don't want to, but maybe I might like an MMO. And these are questions I can't answer until I get to have video game fun time for myself, instead of thinking about how like is this game I'm playing gonna torch my payout, and then am I gonna like have to literally get a real job sooner than anticipated? And all of this stuff is happening, like I said, during some of the most exciting times of my life, the exciting times of realizing there's more things out there that can grab my attention and make me feel good, that lend to a creative process that I identify with, that aren't focused around YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter and stuff. And the record label, Night Mode, again, it's that. Boy, like, I get so unreasonably excited when we sign a new song, and it's great. I love the chase of finding new artists before anybody else has found them, or before they popped off, signing their music, helping them work on stuff, giving A&R, and then helping build up stuff, watching this artist succeed, and then all of a sudden you go from releasing like the 5th song from Knock 2 to this man is headlining Coachella. And I had a hand in that, like more than a hand, kind of like 2 hands in that. And I don't know why it's so difficult for me to sit here and accept that if that's something that gives me so much joy and passion, and it's something that I want to continue doing for many years, and it's doing so well right now, like, why are you so like wrought with anxiety of spending more time on it? And it's because, truthfully, deep down, this is all I've ever known. Making videos and stream of consciousness, and kind of using you as a therapy mood board, and making stupid skits and interacting with strangers on the internet and playing games is all I fucking know. And even with all the success with Night Mode and being in Counter-Strike, having 7 music kits, and, you know, working with Valorant and being their music for their championship tour, and being in fucking X Games ads, even with all of that, like, I still somehow have more views on my YouTube videos than I do on Night Mode streams on Spotify. And that's insane to me, because we have a track that has like 90 million streams. And it just is, it's hard for me to sit here and like believe in a world where this isn't my full-time job, or this isn't something that's my priority. Even if that means, you know, still doing it. It's like I'm like frozen by indecision at the thought that I deadass don't know what else I can do in this world aside from what I'm currently doing. So I'm focusing on what I want to do and hoping that still continues to work out, because I'm kind of like 2 for 2 on this right now with video games and music. But I'm working more with Monster now and doing things outside of gaming. Things that I've always thought would be enjoyable, whether it's, you know, extreme sports like the UFC, which we're going to in November, or slap boxing, or, you know, basketball, or even SneakerCon, which I have a little clip from that coming up in a bit here. Like, I'm being more of a host and a front-facing person for non-gaming content in a way that I know I'm good at. And that's exciting to try out. And I'm allowing myself to do things that take time away from sitting down and making a YouTube video, because at this point in my head, in my life, most YouTube videos I make are another YouTube video, except for the video essays. Like my GeoGuessr video, I'm bummed that didn't get a lot of attention. My vlog to Tomorrowland, worst video I've uploaded in like 13 years. I'm being so real with you, but I loved making that video, man. I'm sorry you guys don't like the low res camera, but like, fuck you. I love that shit. And I'm like, yeah, okay, it feels weird to not care. I've said I don't care about how a video does, but I lied to your asses. I did. It's demoralizing to see a video not perform well when you spend 10, 15, 20 hours making that video. I'm also lying to you when I say it doesn't bother me, because like it definitely pushes me to like not spend that much time on videos, and it's like a negative thought process. But you know, sometimes you got to get back up on your feet and make shit that's good. And sometimes you got to allow yourself to have a schedule. Oh my God, I forgot to tell you guys one other huge mental boomed issue I've had, okay? I've recognized that I have a real big problem with priorities. Not just prioritizing some stuff, but like anything at all, small or big. If I prioritize something and set it as a mental priority, whether it's like clean the hallway, or put boxes away, or make a YouTube video, I can't do things until that priority is done. And sometimes I've set priorities for things that I'm not in control of, and I have to wait for things to happen. Like, I have to wait for an artist to come back to me with info so I can go reply to an email from somebody that's asking me a question, so then I can schedule stuff, and it mucks everything up. My gears get clogged, and that's what happened with this video. I said like a month ago I was making it. I fucking tried. So I wrote the video idea and kind of the outline, and then like 3 days later, I got stuck with a task of literally cleaning the closet out. It feels so embarrassing to answer this, but like, I'm fucking trying to be an adult, man. You know, we couldn't even open the closet door because there's so much shit in there. And so I was like, all right, I can't make this YouTube video till I get this closet off my mind. Like, it's literally weighing me down. And that took a while, and then I had another priority pop up, and then, you know, and then my fucking fridge broke, and it's been broken for 6 days, and I had to spend money on a fridge, and then I'm like, I didn't even expect this shit. All these are excuses. I'm just here to tell you that, no, I did not quit YouTube. No, I was not lying when I said I probably will do this forever, but I've been really fighting some mental battles here with what I need to be spending time on and how I need to be spending my time in regards to setting myself up for a happy future, a fulfilled future, not having regrets in the future, feeling like I did the most I could, but also being proud of not changing what I want to do just for trends or anything like that. Like, all these things are swirling. And they all affect my ability to sit down and just record a silly little gameplay commentary. I'm not even done talking about videos, though, because my second channel, I love making sports videos. I stream sports games now like 2-3 times a week because I love the storyline you can create with these silly little guys. I love that I suck at basketball and I got to learn how to be a baller in the NBA. Like, I like the added drama that comes from these sports games, and I never thought I'd like sports games like this, man. I used to rage at FIFA, and now it's just funny as hell to be playing MLB and with like a Hobbit. But I really wanted to continue my Half-Ton Son series with my new quarterback, Lockheed Martin, who throws bombs. And the honest to God truth is I didn't enjoy playing the football games this year. Like, NCAA college football was really fucking frustrating. Not just with the high school recruitment, but with the way the game engine felt. It felt like ass. And like the drop passes and the AI from run blocking, all this stuff was ass. And then I thought Madden would be good too, because it's a contract year and it's just kind of also ass. Like, I enjoyed last year's way more, which sucked. So I just didn't feel like making videos on it, even though I played like 40 hours of those games. And I get that sucks for YouTubers, but like, I just couldn't bring myself to spend any more time in the office. Like, I just wanted to, I wanted to cook food, or I wanted to spend time with my girlfriend, or I wanted to be an adult and try and clean out my, like, cutlery drawer. Like, these are stupid fucking things that I actually never really thought would bother me until right now. And it sounds so lame. And maybe some of you are like, dude, just get a maid. I hate having people clean up after me. It's my fucking mess, man. And it's a character flaw in mine that I don't clean up as good as I should. And I want to fix that. Then that comes with personal discipline, and it comes with figuring out the other causes of my personal issues, and trying to work on these things was like, and is continuously more effort than I thought. It is really easy to be a man kid and just like, fuck it, guys, YouTube videos all day. And then like, you never see what happens outside of like the videos, and you're just kind of like, what a great life that is. But I'm here to tell you, no, like, I'm sure it works for some people, but like, I'm ready and excited to like engage with the world in a more meaningful way, and just like not feel embarrassed to invite people over to our apartment, and not feel shitty to like look at the kitchen sink, and to feel confident cooking food for other people. Like, I'm gonna post this. I figured out how to make shitty cooking videos where I can listen to music and not have the music in the background of the videos. That always bothered me. Low key, that was a reason why I stopped making those. But I made crab fucking bisque, dude, from scratch, basically. And I didn't even plan on it, and it was good. And it's that kind of like confidence in cooking that has really only come to fruition because I've started making dinner like 5 times a week. And I want to like share that with you guys without feeling like it was too much effort for not enough reward. And again, it all comes down to I could make 900 more Counter-Strike videos, and I bet you 30,000 people would watch them. But I don't want to do that. And so it came with a mental battle back and forth of me sitting here and saying, are you really okay with not having people, like a lot of people watch your videos? Like, are you really okay with making a 20-hour effort video for 10,000 views? And there are people out here who probably fucking dream of that shit. Listen, I don't fucking care, okay? I'm not you. I don't care. I'm sorry if that sounds insensitive, but your boy has done this at many different levels, at different success levels, and at different rates for 16 years, man. I don't care if people dreamed of this shit. I don't care if people won't even reach like what I consider to be like the quote unquote end of my career, where I just kind of do whatever because that's the way it is. Like, I don't care. I need to regain all of the happiness that I possibly can from whatever I'm doing. I need to lock it in and I need to ride it out. And whatever that looks like, I'm still figuring it out. I am, dude. I'm still figuring it out. But I'm just thankful I've got people like Monster, who I've worked with for 11 years, that let me like do things not involving gaming and host stuff and help me kind of transition from this scared kid who only knows video games and doesn't have a college degree, doesn't know what a real job's like, doesn't know how to operate in a real job. What the fuck is a 9-to-5, guys? I don't understand what clocking in is. How do you work a payment terminal? What is an expense sheet? Like, actually, I know that one. I do that. I'm pretty good with finances, okay? But, like, I didn't make retirement money. I made great money, but I'm 32. I can't just ride off into the sunset, literally. I still got to do stuff, and I want to do stuff. Like, I don't want to, even if I won Powerball and had $300 million, like, you know how boring it would be to just lay on a beach all day? What the fuck? Like, I'd probably open a bar. I'd probably, like, try and, I don't even know, man. And that's the fun that I want to try and pursue. Like, the excitement, I want to turn the scared boy that I was, only knowing how to make video game videos, into an excited dude who has opportunities and the whole world in front of him to explore and experience in a way that I haven't been able to yet. And I want to be able to wake up and not beat the shit out of myself over and over again for not making YouTube videos. Like, you have to make a video. It's been too long. You got to make a video on this content. Why are you even making this content if you're not going to make a video? Like, that's not healthy. It's never been healthy. And I listened to that voice for so long, but in front of me sits Night Mode, my record label. Almost 6 years of this, and it's bigger and better than anything I could have ever dreamed of doing. And I want this to be bigger and better, and I want to spend my free time on it, and I want to allow myself the ability to say, listen, dude, it's okay. Don't trip. Like, fucking work on it, and like, go spend the morning A&Ring and working on the website instead of like beating yourself up and saying, you gotta go edit, you gotta go record, you gotta do this. Because instead, I'm just fucking doing neither of it. So that's why I needed to make this video, partly because I needed to explain what was going on, also explain to you that, like, no, dude, I absolutely still am gonna make YouTube videos, and like, I do stream every single day on Twitch. But like, realistically, I need to stop beating the shit out of myself for not making content on YouTube, when it's just like, that's just not gonna work out, brother. Like, it's okay for me to spend time and effort on things outside of this digital sphere. So thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully this explains some stuff. I'll see you guys soon for some more content.